Good morning.
Hi, Samir.
Hi Samir, good morning. Hi.
Hi, good morning all. Just give 2-3 minutes. We'll start the session, okay?
Hi Samir, they've not joined.
Samir, can we get it start?
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 more minute, okay? 3 more people are saying just wait, hold on. Okay, so we are starting. So last week we discussed about the networking part 1. I think you all people know we discussed about VPC, subnets, route table, internet gateway, and the VPC peering. And we have tested how the VPC peering works. Then we tested about the subnetting, how to configure. Then we tested about networking. Then we tested how to create internet gateways, how to configure route tables, and we tested the connectivity between two different VPCs. We have tested it, right? So that was the part 1 which we tested. Now we are going to discuss about a topic called as NATing, network address translation. How many people are aware about what is NAT? Why do we need NAT? What are the advantages of NAT and what are the disadvantages of NAT? Any idea what is NAT? What is the purpose of NAT?
No, Samir.
You all people have broadband in the home?
Yeah.
Most of the time, I think most of the people will have the broadband, correct?
Yes, Samir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me show you like how exactly your broadband internet works. Then you will understand how exactly in production and what is that you need to do to the netting. Just listen. After that, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm just muting it. Just listen for few minutes. Then you'll understand everything. Okay. So first thing you need to understand is that what is public IP and what is private IP. So public IP, you all people are already aware, public IP is nothing but internet accessible IP, which connects to the internet world. Means if you want to access outside the world, then you need to have a internet IP, right? So private IP is something which is nothing but local area network IP, we can say. It's nothing but your LAN IP, correct? So we use public IPs and we use private IPs in both the platforms. Like for the local area network, we generally use for our local environment. Always we use this, private IPs, which are very much important. Now, first thing is that how exactly you need to understand it. This is what you need to understand. Let us take an example of, broadband connectivity. Broadband connectivity in home. If you understand this, then you will understand the NATing concept very simple and very easy. So if you take an internet connection in your office or in your home, wherever you are working, right? So basically what they do is that your service provider will provide you an ISP line. Basically, there will be one line will be there where it will have, there will be a line. So you can see like this. And this will be connected to a broad, or you can say modem or Wi-Fi router. So what they do is that this broadband connection will have basically two types of ports, 1 and 2. The first port, what we say, is called as Ethernet LAN port. Second port, we call it as WAN port. Ethernet LAN port and WAN port. So LAN port is nothing but to communicate to your local machines. WAN port is nothing but to communicate to wireless, nothing but you can say ISP connected. Okay. Now let's assume if you have a computer or a desktop or a laptop, right? So if you have a computer, a desktop or a laptop, let us take, this is my computer or this is my laptop or this is my desktop, whatever it is. All these people requires an IP address. That IP address, you will get it from their private range. So whatever the range you define, let's assume that you have defined a range called 192.168.0.0/16 or whatever it is, or /24, whatever it is. So up to your subnet. Let's assume that you got an IP address here, 192.168.1.10, one IP address. Another machine got an IP address called 192.168.1.11, and another laptop or desktop got 192.168.1.12. So 1.10, 1.11, 1.12, like this, we have 3 different IPs are there. And whenever this machines wants to communicate to internet, basically what happened, this machine IPs you're getting from a LAN port. The LAN port is nothing but, let's assume the moment he types some XYZ website in his computer or a laptop or a mobile, www.google.com something, what happens, one request, the broadcast request over the Wi-Fi wireless connection, it goes and takes to your port. Then this LAN port, what it will do, it will try to search for the DNS cache, which is nothing but the IP tables. It will try to search. So when it tries to search, it needs to get outside, because google.com is something which is not related to that your LAN environment, which is something global, which is nothing but WAN environment. The moment whenever you want this to be communication to be passed, so what happens is that the LAN wants to talk to the WAN. Basically, your private IP wants to communicate to the public IP. Whenever the private IP wants to communicate to the public IP, what happens is that you need to have some kind of a translation, which is nothing but private to public communication or public to public communication or any IP communication between two different IPs. Then what it need to happen is that it should do a translation. So by default, nowadays in every Wi-Fi router or every device, right, you will get this option called as, NATing. So NAT is a feature of your, NAT is a feature of your one second. How many people are getting audio issue? Is it for everyone or is it for some people?
For me also.
Everybody.
Yeah, same issue.
Same issue.
Same.
Everywhere it is same. It's same.
Yes, sir, same issue.
Okay, 1 second, hold on. Just a second, okay? Are you able to hear properly now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is it better or is it still the same problem?
Now better.
Better.
It's better, right?
Audio is breaking.
Pardon?
Audio is breaking. In between.
Yeah. Is it clear? Can we continue?
Yours is clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I told you, right? So we have WAN port and LAN port. So now, whenever you want to communicate to the outside world from the private network to the public network, there is a router, nothing but NAT, network address translation, which is nothing but it's a feature which by default you will get it in your, in your router. So you no need to do anything. By default, it's a feature which you will get it by default whenever you buy the router or a firewall. You'll get this NAT. So what it does is that it will translate from your private IP to public IPs or public to public or any kind of a translation. If you want, you can use this solution called as NATing. Okay. Now to do this NATing, basically you need to have one public IP. So what are the prerequisites required? First thing is that you need to have public IP. Now who provides this public IP? ISP provider will provide you the public IP. For example, Airtel, or you can take Jio or whoever is that, you can take the public IP from them. Private IP is nothing but your network, is your local LAN network, which is nothing but which is nothing but your environment. Okay. So private IP network we have, public IP network your. Private IP is nothing but your own network, public IP is nothing but your ISP provider. So you need to get this private IP as well as public IP network. Okay. Now after that, apart from it, then the third thing is that you need to have NAT protocol which need to be enabled. Okay. LAN protocol which need to be enabled. Once you get all these things, then only the end user can connect to the internet. He can access the internet and he can do whatever the activities he want to perform, he can do. To do this, you need to have the NATed protocol is required. That is nothing but the by default functionality, the feature, along with your private IP and along with your public IP. So what is this NAT gateway then in AWS? So NAT gateway is similar functionality what AWS is providing you in your AWS platform. It is basically a highly available AWS managed service which is used to provide you a connectivity to your internet through your private network. Means without using a public network, without using a public platform, without using a public network or without using a public platform, you can, with the help of private environment, you can use your NAT gateway. So, same to same, whatever you are doing in your normal environment, like internet connectivity, basically your router does the same to same. Amazon is providing you network address translation as a feature, NAT gateway, which will help you to provide you, the private subnet connectivity to your internet. That is one option you have. Amazon also provides you one more functionality called as NAT instance. NAT gateway is a feature by default provided by AWS. NAT gateway supports 5 gigabytes to 45 gigabyte speed. How much speed it will provide you? 5 gigabytes to 45 gigabytes. Means the by default from the starts with the 5 Gbps and 45 Gbps internet speed, which will provide you by NAT gateway. And to do the NAT gateway, you need to have one elastic IP. Like how you, for your normal internet, how you need to have a ISP provider provide a public IP. Same way to in Amazon for the NAT gateway, you need to have something called as elastic IP. And also NAT gateway supports TCP IP, NAT gateway supports UDP, NAT gateway supports ICMP. All these are the functionality which NAT gateway supports. And the fourth thing is that you cannot associate any kind of a security group. So basically what I mean to say is that whatever you're doing for your broadband internet connectivity, same to same, you need to do it in for the NAT gateway also. But the only difference is that NAT gateway is a feature of AWS to provide you the private network internet connectivity. So if in your AWS, if you need an internet connection with your private network, then you need to go with a solution called as NAT gateway. If you go with a NAT gateway solution, then you get a accessibility to your internet connection. So if you want to connect to the outside world with the private IP, then you need to do a NAT gateway. Or you can use one more solution called as NAT instance. Basically, you are making a server as a instance. Either you can do a NAT gateway or either you can do a NAT instance. Any of these things are possible. And second thing is that NAT gateway will support up to 55,000 simultaneous connections. Means it will support up to 55,000 parallelly 55,000 connections it will support. And NAT gateway is providing you horizontally scaled internet access up to, as I told you, right, up to 45 gigabyte horizontally scaled internet connectivity NAT gateway is providing. All these are the features and functionality of your NAT gateway. So if you want to go with NATing in AWS, this is the functionality. So let me give you an example how exactly NAT gateway works in your platform. So 1 second, I will share you the screen. Okay, let me do this task. I will give you a task for you people. Okay, who wants to test this NAT gateway functionality? They can share their screen. I will give you a scenario and we'll follow that scenario. Very simple scenario. Who want to test it? Nanjunda, you want to test it?
Yes, Samir.
Can I make you? I'm making you as a host. Share your screen.
Yes, Samir.
So what is the scenario? Scenario is that what is that we are trying to do is that for all your LAN machines, for all your local area network machines, right? All your private machines, we need to provide an internet access without using the public IP. That is a scenario. Everyone are clear with the scenario? We need to provide an internet access to all the EC2 machines without using the public IP is the scenario. That is what Nanjunda will be doing it. I will be guiding him how to do it. You can share your screen, Nanjunda.
Just a moment.
This is for EC2 machines. Raj Agarwal, you have a question. This is for EC2 machines, the machines which are running on the AWS cloud.
Hope I think you are able to see my screen, everyone.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, fine, sir. Samir, please guide me if I'm wrong. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Samir, thing is that first we want to create a VPC, right?
Yeah. First thing is that you need to create a VPC. Then you need to create a subnet. Then you need to create an internet gateway. Then you need to create a route table. First, what you need to do, you need to create one VPC, two subnets, one private subnet and one public subnet.
Private and public. I can go with 10 series or 192 series, any series.
Even 10 is okay.
Samir, is it right?
Yeah. You give.
Yeah. Can you?
Samir, availability zone also needs to be selected, right?
Hello, Samir.
Yes, you are right. Proceed.
Okay.
You can use any availability zone, no problem at all.
What about another subnet? Like I just want to public IP. Samir, do I want to select a public IP?
You can use any private range. So subnet 2, right? You can use first one what you selected 10.0.0.0.
24.
Right? You can select 10.0.1.0/24. Can you just go back once, please? Okay, just go back to the VPC once.
Okay.
Oh, your VPC ID is also same thing. Okay, just a second. Just share. Give me the control once.
Okay. Given Samir.
1 second. Okay, this is the default one. Okay, it got deleted. So I'm creating it. So see the name here. I will say India and 10.0.0/16 I'm creating. India say public subnet same India, scroll down and say private subnet. Okay, 10.0.1.0/24. Scroll down. Okay, now we have the VPC called as in India, and we have subnets. One is called as public subnet and second one is called as private subnets. Okay, clear? One is VPC India and we have subnets called as public subnet and private subnets. We are done with this. What is the third step we need to do?
Internet gateway.
Very good. Go and configure internet gateway. Here what I am saying, IGW create a internet
Attach the internet gateway. Route tables.
Okay, attach the internet gateway. What is the fourth step?
Route tables.
Tables.
Go here,
Select default route.
go to the routes, edit routes.
Edit
What is
route.
it I need to put here?
Add a route.
Add route.
What would be the IP?
0.0.0.
Excellent, excellent.
Default routes.
Yes,
Peering. Sorry, internet gateway.
Internet
very
gateway.
good. Yes,
Save routes.
fantastic. So what we did, let us write it in Notepad. Okay, let me open this. Nanjunda, can you open one Notepad there? I am not able to get the Notepad screen. Are you opening?
Are you able to see? One second. I think I opened my this.
I'm only seeing that AWS screen. I'm not able to see that.
One second. One second.
You need to put publish notepad, Anjunda.
என்ன டாபிக் சார்? Hello?
You did it?
One second. I opened my this, but how to share this?
Advertise notepad. While sharing the screen, you please.
Or else you can say share screen full.
Anjita, share the desktop. Then all screens will be visible. Share the desktop.
Yeah, now it is visible. Samir?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Now I can see. Okay. So here, let me know if everyone are able to see whatever I'm writing. We will clearly will do it so that there's no confusion. NAT gateway scenario. Okay. Providing internet access to EC2 with private subnets, okay, or private IPs, providing internet access to EC2 machines with private IPs. Okay. Step 1, what we did, create a VPC. Step 2, what we did, configure subnet. Step 3, what we did, configure
Internet gateway.
internet gateway. Step 4, what we did,
Routing table.
configure route table, right? So configure subnet here. How many subnets?
2 subnets,
One is
private and
public
public.
subnet and second one is private subnet.
Private.
So I will ask you all people one question. So you need to answer me. When do you call public subnet and when do you call private subnet?
Local subnet is called private subnet, and internet provider जो provide subnet is called public subnet.
So basically public subnet is nothing but which has a connectivity to your internet. Okay. Private subnet is nothing but which doesn't have the connectivity to your internet gateway. So basically if you're providing the internet gateway connectivity, then we call it as public subnet. When we provide an internet gateway connectivity, we call it as private subnet. So we have two options, public and private. So
Samir, can you repeat that again? That public subnet and private subnet? That
okay, so basically public subnet is nothing but if you are providing a connectivity access to your internet gateway, we call it as public subnet. If you're not giving internet gateway connectivity, then we call it as private subnet. Means you created a subnet and you have not added the route to the internet gateway, then we call it as private subnet. Clear? I'll show you that, don't worry.
Okay, but if no internet gateway, then how can we connect to EC2?
If without internet gateway, so that's what I'm saying. So if you want to connect to the EC2 instance without having the internet gateway, then there is a solution called VPN, which you're going to learn. Okay. So now you created a VPC, you created a public subnet, you configured a private subnet, you created an internet gateway, you configured a route table. What is the next thing you need to do? Fifth step, create a EC2 instance, one machine in public and another machine in private, which means when you create a EC2, one machine use public IP and another machine don't use public IP. Okay, and test for connectivity. Okay, now how do we test it?
Samit, the machine which you are using public IP is a private subnet, right? Public subnet.
Can you repeat that?
Public IP, the EC2 which what you're written here, EC2 machine which you choose public IP is a public subnet, right?
Correct. If you're not using a public IP, we call it as private subnet.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what we are testing is that without using public IP, how can we access the internet is what we are testing. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Nanjunda, open your AWS console and create the machine. One is public machine with public IP and another machine create with private IP and test for the internet connectivity, whether it will work or not. Then I will show you how to create a NAT gateway. So you can minimize this and you can take me to your AWS console.
Okay. I think hope everyone can say this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So launch a machine, launch instance, Windows machine.
Oh, shit. Windows, huh? Samir, 1 second.
First one, 2019 base. Select that one.
No, Samir, 1 second, 1 second.
What happened?
This system is having an issue with Windows. 1 second.
Or else you can give back me the control. I will only show if it is having an issue.
I think I given you back. Hello.
Yeah, select 2019 base.
1 second, Samir.
Or else share me the give me the control back. I will do it.
I given you back.
Okay, 1 second. No, I am not a host, so you need to make me host.
Samir. Given back.
Okay. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Everyone?
But your audio is not clear.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, screen is there, but audio.
Still the audio has issue?
Yeah, sometimes.
So 1 second. Let
I'm
me.
not facing any issue, Samir. I think people who are facing audio issues are having internet connection problem at their end.
So many people can't have problem at their end.
Okay. So again, I'm create VPC.
Samir, 1 second, 1 second.
Can I create?
Yes.
Samir, 1 minute. Can I continue with my system?
Let me complete it. Later we can do it again. One more lab at your system. Okay.
Okay.
10.0.0.0/16. Same thing I'm doing. I given a name, create VPC, created. VPC is done. I'll go and configure a subnet, create a subnet, select a VPC called as India. And here I will give a name. In India, I will say Vizag. .0.0.0/24, or else we can give an easy way as public subnet. Private subnet. Okay. Third one is internet gateway. You all know, right? Create internet gateway. Give IGW. Create internet gateway. What is it I need to do? Attach to
Attach VPC.
And select your India. Okay. Done. Fourth one is route table. Go to your default route. Okay. So these 4 steps are done. Now what I need to do? I need to launch EC2 instance. Go to EC2 instance. Instances. Launch instance. Go here and type Windows. Enter. Select. So remember here, I am selecting my VPC called as India. Public subnet means which has an access to public IP. The other one will not have an access to public IP. Next, next, next. Anywhere. Review and launch. Launch. Create a new key pair. So I'll give a name here. Public machine. Okay. Public. India. Here select private, and here I'm not selecting the public IP. So will I get the internet access to this machine?
No.
Yes. So you will not get the internet to the machine, but we will see how we can provide an internet connection to this machine. Next, next, next. Here I'll make it all traffic, anywhere. Review and launch. Launch. So what was the key pair before we created?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
No.
Yeah. I acknowledge. Done. So one machine is with public and one machine is private. Now what is that we are testing? Everyone.
Samir, one question.
Internet connection.
Yes. True for my private machine. Yes.
Samir, if I will give the public IP to the to EC2, so what is the use of public subnet and private subnet? I can create a one EC2 in private subnet and provide the public IP. So it will access from private subnet.
Yeah. See, if you provide a public IP, then which means that it's not no more private machine. It's a public machine.
Yeah. So no, I think need a public subnet and private subnet. It's just only the logical framework, right?
Yes. So basically, public subnet means which has a connectivity to the public network with the internet gateway and with the public IP. If you are not using the public IP, which is called as a private network. Okay. Now I have both the machines. Let us connect. Go here and say connect. RDP client. Okay, going here, copy. So you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, can I get the internet access in this machine?
This is public IP, right? Yeah.
Yes. So the
Yes,
question
you can
is,
get now.
yeah. So you will be able to get
Yes,
the
this public IP, we will get it.
yes. Now let me connect to the other machine, which is okay. So minimize this and let me. So here, if I go services, go to EC2 and select the instance running, and then we select private. What is the IP address here? 10.0.1.41. Connect. Administrator, what is the password?
Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Password you need to get from here, no?
We already copied that.
RDP client, get password, browse, 1, 2, 3, 4 PEM, open, scroll down, set DK password. Now let us check the internet connectivity.
Samir, I can't see any other screen. I'm still
Yeah.
seeing your Chrome screen.
The screen stopped after you copied the password.
I think RDP is not shared.
1 second. Let me know if you're able to see my full screen now. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Windows screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Desktop.
So now go here and type Chrome. Let's assume that you open a browser. Try to access it. Google.com. Will your internet will connect now to this machine?
No.
No,
Why?
it's a private IP which we are using.
Correct. So you have a private IP. That's the reason it is not connecting. Now to fix this, what we are trying to do, we are going to configure a NAT gateway. Okay. Let me know if you're all able to see my AWS console screen now. Are you able to see?
Yes, Samir.
Yes,
The
sir. Yes, sir.
distinction is between public to private, right? Sorry, private to public.
Samir, first of all, let us see they are getting the access to the public machine.
Pardon? Can you repeat your question?
First of all, see, can we get the internet connection to the public machine? Public
Machine you're already getting, no? That's the reason you're able to connect. If not,
No, Samir, we did not see that screen.
we are not seeing the screen.
When you logged into that public machine, we did not see that screen, but we thought like when the second time you told, at that time we noticed that array, we missed that first part as well.
Okay, 1 second. Hold on.
We show
Okay,
the
1
public
second.
machine access of internet.
Now let me. Yeah. 1 second. I'm showing it. 1 second. Hold on.
1.8 meter का क्या?
Okay. Are you able to see now public machine?
Yes. Yeah.
IP.
Okay. You want to see the internet? Google.com.
Samir, on the screen we have both public IP address and private IP address.
Yeah, because this has a public IP, that's the reason you're able to get the internet connection. Okay. And this machine, which is one more machine, which is a private machine, you will not get the internet because it's a private machine.
Not that, Samir. Here on the right side, we have host name, instance, and the IP, right?
Yeah.
So if you see this public instance which we have
You will
created,
have
there,
public IP because when we launched, we have selected public's IP. No, we have said that, use public IP.
yeah, but below that there is private IP also.
Yeah, by default, private IP will be there for every instance. Whenever you launch, by
Okay.
default, private IP will be there. You are getting the internet only if it has a public IP. If not, you will not get the internet connection. Okay. Now what we are trying to do is that without using that public IP, how we can provide an internet access is what we are testing now.
Yeah, got it, Samir. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is my screen, AWS screen. On the left side, can you find NAT gateway here? Are you all able to see this NAT gateway?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Samir.
Go here. Create NAT gateway. Give a name. My gateway. Select subnet. Here. Public subnet. I need to allocate one elastic IP. So remember, I told you in the theory. So you need to have one elastic IP if you want to configure a NAT gateway. Okay, so elastic IP is chargeable. It is not free. Okay, I'm selecting elastic IP. Scroll down and say create NAT gateway. Okay. NAT gateway is done. You have created it. Okay. So is that enough to get the internet?
No, we need to attach, I guess.
No.
No, I
We may
think
have to attach or do something.
Should be attached or it should be synced
Actions.
with that particular IP.
we should, I think, configure the route table to private subnet or net gateway.
Very good. So we need to go to the route tables. And then what you need to do? We need to create one route table saying that NAT router, some name, okay? And select your India and say create, close, routes, edit routes, add route, 0.0.0.0 provided here.
NAT gateway.
NAT gateway. Okay. So we have association. Go here, save. That's it.
Samir, can you just brief that again? Creating of NATing.
So what we did is that we went here to the NAT gateway. We created a NAT gateway. Here we given the details. We have configured a subnet and we have created an IP, elastic IP. And then we clicked on submit, create a NAT gateway. That's it. Once we have a NAT gateway is done, then what we need to do? We need to configure the route table. So we went to the route table and we created a router called as NAT router. In the NAT router, I said create route table, given the router details. Then after that, what I did, I went to routes. I said edit routes, 0.0.0.0 pointing to my NAT gateway. Is it clear? After that, what I did, I went to subnet association, edit subnet association, which is my private subnet which requires an internet. 10.0.1.0. Can you see this private subnet? I said save, which is nothing but I'm telling my network that use this machine. Use this subnet to get the private internet connection. That's it. And now once you've done it, you can see that you got the internet access to your private IP. This machine doesn't have any public IP, but you're able to access the internet. How? With the help of NAT.
Samir, but we should configure NAT gateway to internet gateway, right? But we did not configure.
No,
it.
internet gateway is the, as I told you, internet gateway is not for the internet, right? I already told you. Internet gateway is what in the last class, what I told you. What is internet gateway?
Internet gateways work on the BPC to connect the internet.
No. Internet gateway is not to connect to the internet. Internet gateway is nothing but an access door which will allow to send all the packets to outside world. Right? But NAT is nothing but which will give you an internet connectivity. If you need an internet access, you need to have a, if you want to have a access to the internet connectivity, or if you need to have an access, then what you need to do, you need to do either NATing or through public IP only you can possible. Internet gateway is just a accessibility for the outside world. If you want to get into outside connectivity, you need to have a internet gateway, which doesn't mean that it has an internet connection. Internet connection, if you need, if you have internet also, it will not work unless you have public IP or NATing. Without public IP or NATing, your internet gateway is dummy. You create internet gateway, you try to launch the machine with private IP, you can't access the internet unless you have public IP or a NATing solution in your place.
But if it is other way around, for example, if we have NATing and public IP, can we do away with internet gateway?
Can you repeat that question?
So if we have NATing as well as public IP, do we still need internet gateway?
Oh, you're asking that, if I have a NATing and if I have a public IP, do I need to have an internet gateway? See, if you are planning to connect to the AWS environment from outside world, then you need to have an internet gateway. If it is internally between the machines, you don't need.
Samir, if we want to connect from AWS to outside of the bird, so internet compulsory, I think. Without internet, we cannot connect.
No. Without if you okay, you want to access your machine, AWS machine, which is running in AWS environment from your laptop. If you want to access, you need to have a public IP to connect. Correct. Clear?
Yes.
Understand clearly. Your machine is hosted in AWS environment. If you want to access your machine over the internet from the public IP, means if you want to access your AWS hosted machine in the cloud, then you need to have a public IP to your end user and laptop. That is one way of connecting. You don't have public IP, you want to access your AWS machine which is running in AWS cloud without a public IP. Second option is VPN. Either through VPN you can access, or either through your public IP you can access. These are the only two options you have.
If we create NATing, then again VPN is required.
So NATing is what? NATing is just to provide an internet access to the instances, the machines, without using a public IP. To provide an internet connectivity, we have something called as NATing.
Samir, we can conclude it like that. If you want to get inside the box, you need a public IP, or you need, internet gateway. If you want to access that machine with internet, then you need, the option What you said
Correct.
is nothing right now.
Correct.
Okay.
You are right.
So netting is not needed in case we are in a public subnet, right?
What is that, Aniruddha?
Netting is not needed if we are in a public subnet.
Yeah. So if you are in public subnet, if you're using every machine public IP, then no need of a netting.
Okay.
Samir, when I have created a BPC, right, and I have I've created a internet gateway. Then I did, I think we did configure the internet 000 to internet gateway. There is a configuration part, right? So we already configured BPC internet to internet gateway.
So listen here, VPC internet to internet gateway is nothing but connectivity to your outsea. It is very simple, Devesh. In your house, let's take you take an example of a house, okay? Which is the entry point of your house?
Correct. Main gate is a entry point of the.
Yes, right. Main gate is an entry point. It is not the internet connection. It is just an entry point. So internet gateway is an entry point to connect to the outside world, means to communicate to the outside world. But to communicate to the outside world, you need to have either a public IP or an elastic IP is required along with your internet gateway. You have only internet gateway and you want to connect internet, not possible. You should have internet gateway also. You should have public IP and elastic IP if you want to communicate or if you want to go outside. Okay. So what is that lab? What we did, we have not did the lab of public IP or elastic IP. What we did is that without using for our EC2 machines, which are hosted in AWS environment, for them to get the internet connection without using a public IP, that time we did a NAT. So internet gateway use case is different. So internet gateway in AWS basically serves two basic requirements. Okay. So as I told you, one is that internet gateway. The first purpose is that your VPC route tables to internet routable traffic. If you want to communicate to the internet routable traffic, that is one of the internet gateway purpose. And second one, to perform the NATing, to the outside world along with your internet connection, then this is the second option. These two options are the use cases, and internet gateway is horizontally scaled, highly available VPC component, which allows the communication between your VPC and internet. Read the statement, what I'm telling, understand the statement, which allows the communication between your VPC and the internet, which doesn't mean that it provides you an internet connection. Which allows the communication between your VPC and internet is called as internet gateway. If you need internet to that particular machine, either you need to have a public IP or you need to have a elastic IP. With the help of private IP, you will not get the internet access.
So Samir, it means the internet gateway is allow the internet to access the public subnet. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So we have already configured, okay, public subnet did configured to internet gateway through the route table. Okay, we have defined the route table. But in the net gateway, we did not configure the net gateway any route table to internet gateway because there is a gap. So how the internet gateway provide those internet like internet through the internet gateway to the net gateway.
So that is the functionality you need to understand. The NATing, what it is doing, the NAT gateway you are routing through your private subnet. So you went to subnet association and your public subnet, whatever the route table is there, 0.0.0, you created a router, and that router you have associated with your NAT gateway. That NAT gateway is already having an elastic IP, which has been allocated. In the lab I showed you, you need to allocate one elastic IP. So by default, NAT gateway will have one elastic IP. So if you see my screen again, I think whether you've not seen that screen or not, I'm not sure. Can you see this my screen?
Yes, I have seen. Yeah. But Elastic IP, nothing but public and static IP address.
Yeah, see, can you see this 13.235.183.24? This IP is nothing but Elastic IP, which has an access to outside world.
Okay.
Samir, you are creating a public Elastic IP. You are bridging it using NATing to the private machine and the Elastic static IP, right?
Exactly.
Right.
You're right.
Hello.
In
Samir,
lab,
how to get this?
Elastic.
One by one, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Who wants to ask first?
Yeah, Samir, this is Raj here. What are the charges of this Elastic IP approximately?
Elastic IP is basically data transfer rates are there. If you need to go to pricing, there is a charges are there. If you see that per hourly based charges are there, it is.
Why do people create these private instances without public IP?
So if you
What is the
give
use?
every machine public IP, you are exposed to the outside world. Anybody can hack your environment. So nobody knows if you try to communicate from private IP, it's secured, right? NATing is secured. Nobody knows your private environment. Public environment means if I use this public IP outside, and if I want, I can access directly.
Samir, what will be the charges for Elastic IP for lab? Is any charges practicing?
You are asking the cost of Elastic IP per
Yeah,
hour?
free tier. Like if you want to use free tier account, Elastic IP for lab purpose, does it charges something?
Yeah, it is charges. So it is basically $0.005 per hour.
Can you please show me that once again the lab?
So after I use the public static AIP, that a chargeable one. So if I use for one instance and then remove, will it be chargeable till?
Can you repeat that question, Anirudh? You're saying that if I use it and if I remove, will it be chargeable? Is that the question?
Yeah, this is Devnath actually, Samir. So my question is, if I use that IP, I don't remember. I just forgot that particular term. So if I use that chargeable IP for a single instance or for for one session and then remove it, will I still be chargeable?
Yeah. Why not? Sure, using no.
Okay,
See, you allocate. There is no you allocate unless you release it. There will not be any charge. If you don't release it and if you're using it, charges will be there.
Yeah, that's my question. You see, I allocate that IP, but after that I release that one. So in that scenario, I won't be able to. I won't be chargeable, right?
Yeah. What is it? What is it? You have released it. You're saying.
Yes, right.
Okay. If you have released it and after means how many minutes you have used it for those many minutes and those many seconds, it is chargeable.
Okay, got it.
Samir, can we make it firewall protected? Is Elastic IP is only a solution because that's going to be chargeable? Because
You
that's
need
what
to
my other
configure the
question.
firewalls separately. For the NACLs, you need to do it separately.
Okay, but otherwise firewalls also charge. The WAF is also going to be charged. What is better, WAF or Elastic IP?
WAF.
Oh, great, thank you.
Samir, can we able to access this Elastic IP from outside from our desktop?
If you are assigning to the server, you can.
No, I was just trying to ping this Elastic IP from my desktop. So that is what.
No, you need to assign when you launch the machine, assign it directly to the Elastic IP, then you can do it.
Okay.
Samir.
Yes, yes.
Is there Elastic IP available in Internet Gateway also?
Okay. Can you repeat that, Shivling?
Is there elastic IP available in internet gateway also?
So they will have a, in the backend they might be, AWS might be using different public IPs. We'll not be aware on what they're using, but definitely they'll have a public IPs.
Do we need to create a public, Elastic IP separately, or it will get allocated automatically?
Elastic IP you need to allocate. So by default, every VPC will have only, you will get in a single account, you can allocate maximum 5 IPs.
Okay.
Soumik Datta, something you're asking? You raised a hand.
No, sir. Samir, so my power got disconnected. So that's why, like, see in what way this elastic IP is like apart from the AWS, there is no concept of this elastic IP. If they want to connect to the outside world, they will tell us that, okay, you just open the port for this so and so IP or so and so server.
See,
So
there are
only
two
for
types
that,
of things. One is public IP and second one is called as elastic IP. Okay.
Yeah.
Public IP is also an internet IP. Elastic IP is also an internet IP. Okay. Now, what is the difference between public IP and elastic IP is that public IP is dynamic and free of cost. That again, you can only assign it to the instances. You cannot assign directly to any kind of what is that, network cards or any kind of a devices. You can't assign. It can be only assigned to your EC2 machines. Elastic IP is nothing but it's a fixed IP, static IP, which is again an internet IP only, which is again, it works like a public IP only. There's no difference, but it's a chargeable. It is fixed. It will never ever change. It will be completely yours. Unless you remove it, it won't be get charged or it will not be get changed. So elastic IP is chargeable, public IP is free of cost, but both are internet accessible IPs. A public IP is dynamic, elastic IP is fixed. So public IPs you can use for testing purpose, lab purpose and all, and elastic IPs you can use it for your, connectivity.
Samir, so when you say public IP, so
Samir,
cannot use a public IP over
if you are conferring this public IP.
Yes, please. One by one. Yeah.
Yeah, Prasad, go ahead. Prasad, go ahead.
no, Nageshwar, continue.
Okay. Actually, Samir, this public IP, so what I'm saying is, if you are creating in DHCP, then it will become a dynamic, right? Okay, maybe my question might be something very, but if we are selecting the static IP, then it will be like a standard, like there is no fluctuation.
Okay. So let me tell you what is the difference between again and again I'm telling you. IPs can be assigned. Forget about public IP, elastic IP and everything. Okay. Let us assume that you need an IP for 5 machines. Okay. What is that you need? You need an IPs for 5 machines. One way is that log into each and every machine manually and assign an IP. That is one way. What is the second option? Automatic IP, nothing but DHCP IP. So there are 2 ways of assignment of IPs. One is automatic. Second one is called as static. These are the 2 ways to assign the IPs, correct? So public IP is what? It is also the same way. It can be assigned automatic. It is can now be assigned dynamic, right? So basically dynamic or fixed. So Amazon is giving you a solution which is called as public IP, which is internet connected IPs into two varieties.
Samir.
Use public IP or elastic IP. But what they did is that they are saying,
Sorry, Samir, we were lost you for a couple of, I think 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay, so again, I'm telling you. So what Amazon did is that Amazon made two types of IPs. One is called as public IP and another one is called as elastic IP. Okay, both are internet IPs only. The only difference is that when you go with a public IP, as I showed you in the last lab, public IP will change, means it will not be fixed. Okay, elastic IP is fixed. You do whatever, you reboot, you shut down, you do whatever you want to the machine or for the network device, for a firewall, it will never ever change. In the production, always we use the elastic IPs. In the normal testing environment, for testing the machines, for testing the validations and all, we use our public IPs. So both are useful in your environment. Public IPs are also useful, elastic IP also useful. But we use elastic IPs in production, which is chargeable. So in every account, they'll give you 5 elastic IPs. Now this public or elastic IP has an access to outside world. If you want to communicate to the outside world, then you need to use this IPs.
So Samir, in this lab, when we try practice on the NAT and all, so is the static IPs mandatory that we need to use one elastic IP? Or we can sort of. My question is like today our session was natting, right? Yeah, in natting we used one static IP, means one elastic IP, right? So when we try to do the lab testing for natting in our home environment, do we need to use the static IP or we can use the public IP instead?
It is up to your requirement. You can use static IPs or you can use public IPs, means public IP or elastic IP. Depends on your requirement.
Only
you have all the options.
If I let's say if I don't want to use the static IP because of it is chargeable, and in my labbing, can I do the can I practice natting without the static IP?
Yeah, if you want to use the natting without using the static IP, elastic IP is what your question.
Right.
So what you're asking is that, sir, I want to do the NAT gateway lab, but without using elastic IP, can I do it? So without using elastic IP, if you want to do the NAT gateway lab, that is not possible. Elastic IP is required to do a NAT gateway for your natting purpose. But what you can do is that you don't want to use elastic IP, but you want to test it for the testing purpose, natting works and not. There is one more feature called as NAT instance. Means whatever the NAT gateway is doing in AWS console, the same to same you can do with a solution called as NAT instance. You can test with that. With the NAT instance, like how you configured my NAT gateway and everything, the same to same you'll be doing. There's no difference at all.
So tomorrow, if possible, can you show this in the lab itself? Mean
now you all have a time, means now only I can show you.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Samir.
Yeah, one by one.
Before that, I have hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Samir. Before that, I have a basic question. I have a basic question. Both internet gateway and NAT gateway are for providing internet access. Okay. Then what is the difference between both of them?
Okay, you're asking what is the difference between NAT gateway and NAT instance? This is the correct?
No.
That is what
NAT gateway and internet gateway.
Okay. So I told you. So I think I repeated the same thing about the internet gateway, the purpose. So internet gateway is not for the internet connection. First thing you need to put in your mind. Internet gateway is an entry point which will allow you to communicate outside world. Okay. Internet gateway will not give you internet connectivity.
Okay.
Keep that in your mind. Internet gateway, suppose you have an internet gateway. Let us take that day I have showed you the lab also. I think you all forgot. You create an EC2 instance. Let's assume you do not have an internet gateway. Can you connect
No, even
Did
we can,
anybody test
even
any?
we do not, we could not interconnect between two systems as well without the internet gateway.
Right. So you need to understand here very clearly. If I launch an EC2 machine and I want to access from my laptop, or if I want to access from outside, means any of the laptops that EC2 machine which has a public IP without an internet gateway, you can't connect, because internet gateway is an entry point to get the communication. Okay. Internet is different, internet gateway is different. Internet is what? After getting the, once you get the connectivity, you need to browse, right? That time you need a connection, right? So that is called as internet access. So I will draw the diagram. Everyone see that, then you will understand. Okay. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay. Okay. Raj is asking about NAT instance to show. Sir, everything I'll show you. Just hold on. Let me first clear Shivlink's doubt. Then I will show once. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, consider this is your house. Okay. Think that this is my door. Okay. And these are my in the house rooms. Nothing but private subnet, public subnets and all. Okay. Machines, EC2 instances, whatever it is. Okay. Now, this is my to connect to the internet. Let's assume this guy Windows machine, Windows VM, and take this as take this AWS cloud. Your machine is running in where? In AWS cloud. Okay. Listen carefully. I'll tell you, I'm telling you the difference between internet gateway and internet connection. So now internally, if these people want to communicate, they can communicate without any problems. All people have private IPs, they can communicate, no problem. Okay. Now you are somewhere in Bangalore here. Now you want to access the machine called as Windows VM. If you want to access, what you need to do, you need to go via internet and come to this AWS cloud. You cannot come directly to the AWS cloud without coming from this internet gateway. This internet gateway is the entry point. Anybody from outside want to come, they need to come like this, and then only they can go. Okay. They need to have this internet gateway. This internet gateway doesn't mean that it is connected to internet. It means that it's an entry point. Traffic can go, traffic come. Now let's assume this Windows VM want to type google.com. Now google.com means this Windows VM will go till here. He cannot go out. If you want to go out, this Windows VM need to have a public IP or elastic IP. So that is what you need to remember. So in your network, internet gateway is required for accessibility. If you want to talk to the outside world, then you need to have an internet gateway. Internet is nothing but which allows the communication between VPC and your internet. It is not internet. Understood, right?
So internet gateway is the main door of our house.
Exactly. So, okay, one more I will show you. Okay. If you're able to see my screen, let me know. I am. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Okay, so Samir, meanwhile, as you said that internet gateway is a main door of our house. In the same manner, this internet gateway is used for a physical system. Like I have got laptop, somebody has got laptop, so we require an internet gateway to have the access of internet. In the same manner, when we create a virtual machine and consider that as a physical system, we also require an internet gateway, but we don't consider this internet gateway for the purpose of that virtual machine. So what is the substitute, or you could say the alternate option for the virtual machine instead of internet gateway? Because that is also a kind of a system, but virtually used.
So it is like this: if your virtual machine doesn't want to communicate outside world, then you don't need an internet gateway. If you want to communicate to the outside world, then you need to have a internet gateway. Can you see my screen now? Can you see my
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
See this. Can you see where is the internet gateway is given? And there is an arrow mark given to the internet connection. Can you see this?
Yeah.
If I don't if I want to use it as LAN, then I don't need this. Okay. If I remove that internet gateway, if I remove this, I can only communicate internally. I can talk 10.0 fellow can talk to 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. These all people can communicate. But somebody who want to communicate, get to AWS cloud, which means that you need to have this internet gateway, because your traffic should go via internet gateway to your VPC environment.
Okay.
If you see the diagram, it will be clearly given. And also the NAT gateway, simple. What we did the lab, right? We configured a public subnet, we configured a private subnet. Can you remember? Just now we did this lab, right? What we did, we configured a VPC and we created a public subnet 10.0.0./24. Same thing I did. I haven't done anything new. Then I created a private subnet. Then what I did, public subnet and private subnet. In public subnet is nothing but internet facing machine. Private subnet nothing but LAN machine. So I have configured the public IP, elastic IP on the public subnet. So let's assume if I don't give this elastic IP, do you think that these people can communicate if they have internet gateway also?
No.
No. Why? Because elastic IP is nothing but which has, it is very simple. Internet gateway, the door, right? The door is allowed only to talk outside people for only elastic IP and public IP, not for private IP people. Private IP people can't go and talk to the internet outside, because internet gateway has opened their door only for public IP and elastic IP. You can keep that in mind. So in the easiest way, let's assume in your house. Hello, can you mute someone? Yeah. So it's in the easiest way to understand. What I can say is that let's assume like this. In your house, you have some 10 people, 20 people are staying. In that 8 people, you can think that, are the family members and 2 are outside people. So the two people, whoever is there, that outside people, they are nothing but people who can talk like public IP and elastic IP. Only those people only can get out of that house, not the 8 people, because it's a private IPs can't talk. If private IPs want to talk, they can go till door. If they want to go outside the door, they should have either a public IP or elastic IP.
Okay.
Samir, can we put like this? Excuse me.
Yes.
Can we put like this? See, the main door is the internet gateway, and the keys of the main door are like public IP and elastic IP.
Correct. You can consider in that way also.
Samir, if internet gateway is allowed to allow only 2 IP address, public and elastic IP. Okay.
Yes.
So in that case, public, we have configured public IP address to internet gateway. But in elastic IP address, we did not configure with internet gateway, because I have created a net gateway and directly without connect internet gateway, and I can access the internet. So how?
Devesh, फिर से first में आ गए आप.
No, first internet gateway is
no, wait. तो आप राउट टेबल पे जाइए, एक पिक्चर देखो मेरा, okay? NAT gateway, जब आप NAT gateway create करते हो, when you configure a NAT gateway, which is associated, your NAT gateway is associated to what in the background? To that particular subnet. That subnet is already associated to your internet gateway.
No. This is the public subnet. Na? We are talking about private subnet.
Private subnet is passing with your network connection. No, you can see here.
नहीं आप समझे, आप देखो अभी हम लोगों ने क्या किया, प्राइवेट कैन आई स्टार्ट,
others can you mute? Yeah.
समीर, अभी हमने क्या किया, नेट गेटवे को क्रिएट किया और उसमें प्राइवेट सबनेट का जो EC2 था उसको कॉन्फ़िगर किया.
नहीं, पब्लिक सबनेट किया, इलास्टिक आईपी देख के पब्लिक सबनेट किया, प्राइवेट नहीं किया.
नहीं बट वी आर नहीं, नेट गेटवे इज यूज्ड टू एक्सेस प्राइवेट, राइट, प्राइवेट आईपी एड्रेस टू इंटरनेट.
प्राइवेट आईपी एड्रेस से राउट किया वाया राउटर से थ्रू नेट गेटवे.
Okay. Oh, so are you okay? Oh, got it. Oh, and net gateway always created in a public subnet, right? Okay.
Yes, always you need to create in public subnet. You don't have other option.
Okay. Got it.
You understood, right?
Not clear.
Okay. Who else? Other people have doubts? हो गया और doubts है? Any other people? Very simple. NAT gateway, internet gateway, two different things. Internet gateway doesn't mean that internet connection. If a user wants to have an internet connection, only he has an option. Like if you want to get an internet connection, public IP or elastic IP through through NAT, they can get the internet connection access. But you need any of these things. Without this, you will not get internet connection. However, you have an internet gateway. If you want to do it, simple launch an EC2 machine without having an internet gateway configured. Test it whether it will work or not.
Amir, one question. If now suppose I want to configure storage gateway from our on premises. So here my virtual machine have a IP address. This is the public IP address. So in that case, the public IP address will work because AWS we need to configure this virtual machine IP address to virtual to AWS cloud. So here we need elastic IP address. How we can?
You can use elastic IP for different use cases. Now we just tested for NAT gateway. You want to use for some other purpose, use it. So when you go to the VPC, can you see my screen? There is an elastic IP console is there. If you click here, you get an option called allocate elastic IP. Like this, you can allocate maximum how many you can allocate. 5 IPs you can allocate. You can use.
Yeah, elastic IP will work in cloud only. This IP,
it is only for cloud. Yes,
it is only. But we have my on-premises virtual machine. But this IP address we will configure to in cloud AWS for on-premises.
So you're saying that for your on-premises you want, then you need to go with customer-owned pool. There's one more option. Okay, so you need to go with your own pool IP addresses for that.
So that will work as a static IP address?
Yes. You need to contact your Airtel or some other vendor, whoever is the provider. No, you need to contact them. They will provide you.
Sir, Samir, one more question. Suppose we have 5 private instances without public IPs. How will they communicate with each other?
What is that? What is the question? Can you repeat the question?
Suppose we created 5 instances with private IPs, I mean not with public IPs. So how will they communicate with each other without public IPs?
Private IP addresses, by default, they can communicate each other, whether you have a public IP or not. By default, all the machines can communicate each other. Only when you need to talk to the internet, then only they need a public IP. By default, LAN IPC, if you have one laptop, I have a laptop, your IP is 1.1, my IP is 1.2. Can't we speak? That is by default. In the VPC class, I already told you, by default, in the same class, all machines will communicate each other.
Okay, fine.
Samir, can we make public IP static? Because elastic IP is going to charge me. Can I make public IP static? Even if there is a restart, it remains the same over a restart also and production also.
See, you're saying, I want to make public IP static. Can I do it? Means it's Amazon is giving you. That is the Amazon is giving you. How can we change it? Like, I want to make it elastic. No, you can't. That is the architecture. That is how they are giving you. If you want to use for free of cost, use your public IPs. You want to test it in the production, go for a elastic IPs.
Okay. Otherwise, I have to pay for elastic IP at AWS or public IP at service providers. So that's only a way out.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you got the clarity? Can I move with the NAT instance?
Yes, Samir.
Okay. So somebody asked me like, so now whatever you did in the NAT gateway, it is the same. There is no difference between NAT gateway and NAT instance. The only difference is that NAT instance is nothing but it is now whatever you did NAT gateway, you went to NAT gateway, you said create NAT gateway, you allocated the elastic IP, right? In NAT instance, what you'll do is that go to services. Okay. And from here, what you need to do is that go to EC2. You are making a machine as a instance, means NAT instance. So launch here, community AMIs. There is a ready-made AMI called NAT. You search, you will get the NAT. Go here, select. Next. Same India. Public. Enable. Add storage. Next. Next. Anywhere. Traffic. Review and launch. Next. Launch. Acknowledge. Say launch. That's it. So whatever you did in the NAT gateway, the same thing you did with this machine. This machine is called as NAT instance. Now, what is the difference? You might ask now. Sir, both are the same. No, what is the difference? Means first difference you need to understand. NAT gateway requires mandatory elastic IP. It will not work with public IP. NAT instance works with a public IP. So if you want to test it, you can go with the NAT instance free of cost. Okay. Second thing, NAT gateway from 5 Gbps to 45 Gbps horizontally scaled internet connectivity is there. NAT instance internet speed depends upon your network card. If a network card is 1 Gbps, you will get the internet speed of 1 gigabit. If a network card is 4 Gbps, you will get only 4 Gbps. If a network card is 10 Gbps, you'll only get 10 Gbps. So everything same to same. The only the difference is that NAT gateway is managed by AWS. NAT instance is you are managing it. If suppose somebody stopped the instance, what will happen? Your internet will be down, right? In the NAT gateway, you can't stop, only you can delete, because NAT gateway is managed by.
So Samir, I understood NAT instance and all, but how this is a for example, here in my EC2 instances, we are currently have 3 instances. One is public, one is private, and one is NAT instance. This is an individual instance we have created. Now, in a static one, when we use that public, when you use the private instance, that time we use that netting, added that gave IP address over there. But how we connect right now if I don't have any elastic IP or elastic IP?
Simple. Wait. Simple. You need to go to VPC. Where is your route table? Go to route table. Can you see this NAT router what we created?
Yes.
Click on the routes, edit routes. Before what we have given? We have given NAT gateway, right? You delete it.
Okay.
Type add route 0.0.0.0. Scroll down and say instance.
Okay.
And select your NAT instance and say save. So what you're doing, you're routing via instance, not through your NAT gateway. Everything same. What is that you did? Is simply you removed the NAT gateway and you added
the instance.
That's it.
Okay.
So in the NAT instance, we don't need elastic IP.
Yeah, you don't need elastic IP. You just
charged.
need a public IP. But one thing you
Nothing
need
will
to
be charged
understand.
for our lab, right?
Yeah, you can do it. Testing is free. Public IP is free of cost. No, you can test it. So understand the difference between NAT gateway and NAT instance again. I'll just give a quick thing. NAT gateway or NAT instance, both are the purpose is that to provide an internet connectivity to your private machines. Point number one. Point number two, NAT gateway is managed by AWS. NAT instance is managed by administrator. Point number two. Point number three, NAT gateway provides you 5 gigabyte to 45 Gbps internet accessibility, connectivity, bandwidth. But when it comes to NAT instance, depends on the network speed. It can be 1 Gbps, it can be 5 Gbps, it can be 10 Gbps. Depends on your network card, you will get the speed. Fourth, NAT gateway is chargeable because it is using Elastic IP. NAT instance is free because you're using a public IP. Fifth, NAT gateway maintenance, upgrades, everything is managed by AWS because Amazon is managing in the background NATing software. But when it comes to NAT instance, upgrades, packages, everything you need to take care. Okay. Point number 6. Okay. NAT gateway and NAT instance. When it comes to NAT gateway, right, you can create up to 55,000 connections simultaneously. NAT instance depends upon your EC2 machine load, how much it can take, depends upon it. NAT, at the point number 8, the other difference, NAT gateway high availability is managed by AWS. NAT instance high availability you need to manage. NAT gateway upgrades and everything managed by AWS. NAT instance you need to take care. NAT gateway is good for environment, bigger environments, production environments, critical environments, and NAT instance are good for the smaller environments, testing environments, laboratory environments. But both purpose is same. The purpose of both them things are nothing but provide an internet connectivity to private machines. Hope you all understood what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, Samir, that makes sense.
If anybody has a doubts, please ask. I will give you 5
Samir,
more minutes time.
with NAT instance, we cannot go with public ISPs, right? It has to have its own ISP. There's no way of configuring the public ISPs there.
If you are deploying NAT instance in AWS, you need to go with AWS. Public IP is provided by AWS only. You cannot have your own provider.
So Samir, NAT instance always created from NAT instance template.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. One doubt clear. Second doubt: if NAT instance I have created in a AWS, then how it will connect to the internet? Because without internet gateway.
Huh? NAT instance also requires internet gateway. No, by default internet gateway is there. No, already in your router.
Samir, sorry to interrupt in between. Are we going to cover any other topic or we are done for the day?
No, we are done for the day. NAT gateway, NAT instance. Only question and answers, whatever they have, I'm clearing it off. If you want to leave, you can leave. No problem.
Okay, Samir. Thank you then.
So Devesh, the first lab, what we did by default, VPC, subnet, internet gateway, route table. These 4 steps are by default. There's no change. After that, NAT gateway, NAT instance came up. So if you remember, by default, whenever we do the labs, what we do, Nanjunda, what we do first step, VPC, subnet, internet gateway, route table. After that only, we create the machines. After that only, we create NATing. After that only, we create routing. Whatever we want, we can do extra.
So NAT instance also required a VPC subnet and private subnet and public subnet.
Yeah, same. कुछ change नहीं है. All doubts clarified, guys, or still you people have any questions? Nanjunda, Sanjay,
Okay,
Akshay,
Clear, sir. Clear.
Shivling, Shoaib, Anirudh,
Hello?
Devnath, Nageshwar ji, any questions further?
Hello?
Okay. If you don't have any questions, yeah.
Samir,
I'm clear from my side.
Yeah.
Samir, tomorrow is a last, I think, session, right? Tomorrow Sunday. So now,
Yes, tomorrow will be the last part. The VPN connections will be there. So whatever you learned till now, you're playing with public IPs and private IPs and instances. Tomorrow is the one which you will learn about how many, I think from 1 year you're working work from home, you all people.
yeah.
So you will learn how to work from home from the AWS internet connectivity. So tomorrow we will see live how to establish a VPN connection, how to configure a network. So till now what you did, everything you're hosting in AWS and you're connecting, right? Now I will show you tomorrow how you can connect without using a public IP directly with your VPN in your laptop, how to connect to AWS machine. That is what tomorrow you're going to learn. Okay. With tomorrow, we will complete our networking topic. Okay. Any questions, any doubts? I am ready to extend my time for one more 15 minutes, 20 minutes also. You can ask if you have any question. Don't put it with you. Anything you have, you can ask me now. Some people will send me messages, sir, this question, that question. I am working guy. Monday to Friday, I'm fully packed with my office work. Saturday, Sunday, post lunch also, you can ping me and you can disturb me. No problem. Okay, or you can call me directly. If I'm available immediately, I'll answer you. Okay. So tomorrow we'll catch up with the VPN connection. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Tomorrow, like 10:30 or 11?
10:30 only. 10:30 only. It will be 10:30 here and there. 10-15 minutes. If it is late, also I'll inform you prior itself.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello? Hello?